Why do you look so tired? Trauma. That's why. I've had these bags.
When I say I'm sorry to hear that, I'm sorry to hear that. But you made a video that I saw one of my bros page, Brother Hassan's page, on why you should not forgive your parent, why you don't forgive your mother. I'm going to tell you, as a person who spent a lot of time alone and who hasn't spoken to his parents in quite some years, you must forgive them. Not for God's sake, but for yourself. And what I mean by that is you made a contract with the Creator to choose your mother. You chose them. Your abuse comes with on the other side of deep healing. And if you don't forgive your parents, you don't walk through the healing that is necessary so you can help someone else. Because essentially, what you've gone through is not just essentially for you, it is for someone else. Because what I learned in forgiving my parents, that doesn't mean you have to forget. That doesn't mean you have to have some sexy, loving, kissy kissy relationship with your parents. Like, oh my God, my mom's my best friend, and woo woo woo. Your situation demands distance. But you have to forgive your mother and all that she's done to you so you can truly connect to your own femininity when that block comes up, when you make mistakes, when you make flaws, when you have issues connecting to your own feminine frame with your children, with your life, with your workplace, with your husband, with any of that, and you make mistakes and you need to be forgiven. You forgive them so you can walk fully into your femininity that came with power, grace, understanding, wisdom, and you ask God you don't ask God for forgiveness, you ask God for grace. You ask God for grace in your mistakes of the things you've gone through. I feel like you're not sleeping because you're not forgiving. And it's as simple as that. You're not sleeping because you're not forgiving. And you have a Scorpio in your post, in your title. Scorpios are very unforgiving people. They don't forget being in Aries. But you forgive because you chose them. You chose them. You told the Creator, I want them. So you can learn the lesson and the wisdom that comes from the healing that you have to come through the other side from. It's going to be hard, and that gives me the shivers. That's hard to understand when you don't forgive them. But me forgiving my parents makes me run into people in my life where their parents talk crazy to them. Their parents talk down to them. Their parents speak death over them. And I have to say, yo, you gotta reprogram your mind. And it helps me help other people reclaim their life after they left their parents' house. You don't understand how many people ask me to deliberately speak life over them because all they heard growing up, like I did, was a great amount of death over their life. Because life and death is in the tongue. And you're supposed to see the Bible through a metaphysical perspective, not this deeply religious, literal parallel, but a like it says, a allegory, a story of the spirits, a story of philosophy, a story of the mirroring of human interaction. It's not supposed to make literal sense, but allegorical sense. Now, I'm not no Bible scholar, and by no means am I a Christian. I was raised with, I'm a Muslim now, and I'm a spiritualist. But as Neville Goddard would say, you see the Bible as a psychological book. And I guarantee you, there are many stories in the Bible where the character walked around without forgiveness. And his block was in his own life for that. And I will never forget David, oh my God, not in the Bible. One of my favorite, David Imiante, one of my millionaire mentors from afar. And also one of my other millionaire mentors that I've watched for years. He said, I didn't start making an aggressive amount of money until I practiced forgiveness from my upbringing. Because the blockage and the story that I came with that blocked my money came from my parents. So I forgave them for their ignorance, for they did not know what they did, like Jesus said in the Bible. The forgiveness is not for them. It is for you, so the pain doesn't haunt your life like the shadows are below your eyes. It means you won't be able to see. Lack of forgiveness will blind you. Who tried to cry? Forgiveness is necessary. Forgetting is not. Naivete is not. But forgiving them is necessary. Because you chose them. And I heard that when I left my parents' house, and I'll suggest a book to you. I had to learn to forgive my parents because the very things that and pain that they caused me, people come to me to help them heal from.